Hello and welcome to Building a Generation, where we highlight all the amazing things our students, teachers, school leaders, and communities are doing in Baltimore City Public Schools. I'm Bryce Taylor.
And I'm Tia Bryant from the City School Student Media Team. Thanks for joining us on our mission in building a generation.
In this episode, we will take a look at the National College Fair, where our reporter Amaru talks to students and staff about college opportunities, and then jump right into action with architect students creating a mini urban park.
That sounds amazing. We'll also dive deeper into the expansion of art in city schools.
Yep, students are using art as a form of self-expression in schools throughout the district.
From dance to music to art and to theater, Baltimore breeds some creative individuals. These programs help students balance their academics and everyday life.
Wow. Speaking of creative, we will also take a sneak peek behind the scenes of a stage play called Pippin at the Baltimore School for the Arts.
Plus, don't forget about the question of the show, so pay attention. As the episode ends, we will also showcase a district event that took place at Dallas F. Nicholas Elementary School celebrating fathers.
This community event helps students, staff, and dads understand the importance of their role in the lives of our youth and how it impacts city school students and communities throughout Baltimore.
All right, it's time to look at the Baltimore Design Parking Day. Let's see it come to life.
And our very own student media team reporter, Bryant Starks, is bringing all the excitement to us right now.
Go, Bryant. Let's check it out.
Hi, this is Bryant Starks, and today the architecture students have taken over the principal's parking space to create a mini urban park. Let's see it come to life. On September 16th, students from Baltimore Design School and around the globe participated in Parking Day, where public parking spots are transformed into temporary public parks. The idea is to talk about ways to rethink urban spaces and to promote changes in urban infrastructure. Hey, I'm here with Denaya. She's the one who designed this project. What is your project all about?
This project is about making a parking spot into a place where people can interact and sit down, talk. It's just like a way to give back. At first, I didn't think it was gonna be this big. I thought it was gonna be way smaller. But now that I see it, I really liked it. I didn't think it was gonna come out right, but it did. And I'm very proud of what I created. At first, it was gonna be a rectangle outline, but then we thought of it can tip over, so we made it into more of a triangle shape.
A couple weeks ago, students voted on the design, made the elements and pieces, and then built the whole project in one class period.
It's fun having design, and I can do all my best to kind of encourage them to design, but putting all the skills that we've learned, building all these pieces separately, and then coming out and actually erecting it in the one day and seeing them all, everybody out here smiling and building and working together is really the most important part, and it's just fun to see it all come to fruition.
Teamwork played a big role in the project and completed in one class period, and Anaya provided the leadership to oversee the project.
It was really a teamwork thing. I just wasn't the only one saying do this, do this. It was more of everybody working on one part of the structure. Some people worked on the signage so people could see what this whole thing is about.
It was definitely fun to me putting it together. There were a few things that had to be fixed, but it wasn't really much of a problem. We had a lot of pieces that we had to put together, and so for us to be able to have so many teams move so fluently and so efficiently making the pieces, it really helped.
You see, it's very tall. I wasn't gonna be able to do this by myself.
Wow, this has been really impressive. To see the creativity and teamwork backed by a sense of purpose for students and staff is amazing. This has been Bryant Starks from the City School Student Media Team. See ya.
Now that is an amazing new creation and a ton of great teamwork.
You know it's great to see students take a plan from start to finish.
Most definitely, these students are impressive.
And this school is a perfect place for designing.
Hey, speaking of schools, what's your thought on college?
I've actually got accepted to Towson. I'm so excited to go.
Well, congratulations, go off.
Thank you.
That's great, but for those of you who are undecided, make sure you visit the college fair.
Oh yeah, that event gives me all the info on college admissions and their programs. So check out this next video where Amaru covers the event to get the inside scoop on higher education.
Hey, it's Amaru here at the National College Fair, ready to follow some city school students on their journey to explore colleges. Let's go. So personally, I'm into graphic design. Do you guys have anything y'all can offer me for that?
We do.
There are literally hundreds of colleges here right now in this room. If you can't find something for you, then you're crazy.
I want to talk to all the colleges that I haven't heard of.
I want to be a pharmacist, so anything chemistry, biology, pharmaceutical science.
All I knew was like colleges in Baltimore, so I didn't have that much like variety to choose from, but now I got a pretty good idea.
So we're here at Towson University's table, and I'm going to show you how to actually talk to colleges. So I'm actually interested in Towson. What are some of the qualifications that you have to go here?
Yeah, so when we're looking at an application, we look at the actual application. So for a student to be competitive in the process, we want them to have above a 3.0, normally above a 500 within each section of the SAT, so normally above 1,000, or above a 20 on the ACT. The essay is really important to us because we get to know a little bit more about you.
Say I already know I want to go to Towson. Is there any point in me coming to the college fair and talking to you guys?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity to come and talk to us because it allows you to meet your potential admissions counselor. You might get their contact information, maybe tell them where you are at in the process, if you've started your application or not, and they can really walk you through what your next steps will be.
All right. I feel like I learned a lot today. Thank you. When you walk in the college fair, make sure you check out all the workshops they have that help you look for money for college and also how to find your best choice.
This year we have a lot more workshops. This evening we're actually having a student panel, so we have college grads and current college students that are going to be here sharing kind of their background and how they went through the college process.
In addition to all the workshops, they also have people here that help you with financial aid and college scholarships.
Well, we're a College Bound Foundation. We provide scholarships for Baltimore City schools. We have a portfolio of almost $3 million, so it's very important for them to come and apply for scholarships to help them go to school.
Why do you think other students should come and go to this college fair instead of staying at home or anything like that?
So they can, their eyes can be open to more colleges and places they can choose to go to instead of places just in Baltimore.
I just think this should be for everybody.
Help you get out the streets, do something with your life, learn about colleges.
Hey everyone, I had a great time with my fellow city school students at the National College Fair and even got to talk to some of my top colleges. This has been Amari Barber for the City School Student Media Team. See you at the next fair.
Wow, so much information. I think my brain is going to explode.
You're so dramatic, but honestly, that was definitely a resourceful event. I'm going to make sure I catch the next one.
Yeah, well, let me know. I'll go with you.
I got you. Well, guess what? Next, our very own Nina Markland got a chance to go behind the scenes for the play Pippin.
From the props to the wardrobe to even the cast members, we got the full scoop on this wonderful play. Take it away, Nina.
Hi, I'm Nina, and I'm here to take you on a behind-the-scenes tour of our fall play, Pippin, at Baltimore School for the Arts. Let's go.
We're going to go fish out some grain and could use another good man.
Okay, so we are in our black box at Baltimore School for the Arts, and we are working on our set for Pippin. We are doing our finishing touches because each wall needs to be painted and you need to understand the set. So the seniors sit down and they design everything and they write everything out, and then we have to do a rendering and a ground plan. So this is our ground plan. You can see it has the seats, and then this is the bottom of the stage. I'm here with Zoe. She's our costume designer for Pippin this year. And I kind of just wanted to know everything that was going on and what you guys are working on.
So yeah, our theme for Pippin is Moroccan. So I'm working right now on the hood of a cape that the lead player will be wearing.
So the patchwork, what is that going towards exactly?
I'm hoping to make a fabric out of the little pieces of fabric that they're making to bring some uniformity to the piece and to make it look like they're a band of travelers. Almost all of the ensemble is getting at least one piece to wear, and that's about 18 people, so there's going to be a lot of stitching. I love making costumes. I've loved it since I could craft anything. I think it's a magical process.
All right, guys, let's go check out the cast as they rehearse for Pippin.
Other side, you define little. Can I really connect with this kid? Okay, Elizabeth and then an interesting thing happened.
I'm playing Theo, which is the love interest's son in the second act. Okay, so what you were seeing in there was our blocking rehearsal. So we're trying to figure out which way each actor is going in which scene. We need to make sure that everyone's getting around the stage safely and everyone's knows where they're gonna go.
I'm with Jaden. He's actually our lead actor of Pippin. What do you like about the role?
Well, Pippin's very
extraordinary, as we would say. You know, that's how he always refers to himself. But Pippin's really, you know, because he starts off as a really chipper dude, you know, he's like, oh yeah, you know, let's go to war, you know, let's do all these things. I want a life that's extraordinary, all these things. And I really feel that because I'm really chipper too. So I really like the character development because it goes from, you know, somebody that, you know, because he's a prince. So he has like his whole life laid out for him, but his family dislikes him. You know, he doesn't know what to do. So then he goes from that to this person that's just trying to find a meaning in life. And I really like that message that is trying to send, like, you know, just be yourself.
So this is Morgan, and she is our light designer. So right now she's going to turn on the lanterns so we can see what they look like from up here. What do you enjoy about designing the lights?
I basically, like, you can control, like, the mood and, like, the day, like, the time of day. So, like, it allows you to add on to, like, the whole theme and ambiance of the whole thing.
Right now we're in our scene shop and we're just going to check around and see what everybody's doing. I'm with Ian, he is our set designer, and I was just wondering what you guys are really doing right now.
What we're doing right now is we're making a mesh for a window that's in the black box. I picked this role because I really want to, I'm continuing doing set design after high school. I've been looking forward to set designing since probably the beginning of junior year, and I'm really happy to have this role.
I hope you enjoyed my fellow classmates working really hard on Pippin. If you want to see Pippin or any other productions, go to bsfa.org. This has been Nina Markland with the City School Student Media Team. See you at our next production. Bye.
Great job, Nina. I can't wait to see the play.
Agreed. So it's time for our first break of the show. But when we return, we're headed around the district to see a wide range of art and music programs.
All right here in Building a Generation. Stay tuned.
These are our future: engineers and electricians,
software designers and doctors,
construction workers and childcare providers.
They will build apps and houses, create menus and video games,
work with cutting-edge technology and kids.
They'll be found in classrooms and courtrooms, construction sites, and computer labs.
They are Baltimore City Public School students. They are career and technology education.
Welcome back to Building a Generation, our show for bringing together the best of what's happened across Baltimore City Public Schools.
And we mean it, but you get to see it loud and clear with this next story.
Yes, you do. We're about to dive even deeper into our art in city schools.
I'm excited. I love the arts, especially music.
Well, you're about to get exactly what you want from this next school. Students from elementary to middle school are working on some amazing art projects and learning musical instruments.
Oh, wow, that just got me excited. Let's get to it.
I think art is pivotal. In the schools, we are their primary first contact for art, music, gym, all of that, and they may not get it anywhere else. And so I take it as a special privilege.
It's like a good start to the morning. We come in, and then after a few minutes, we come to this class. So it's like a relaxing day, like we get to learn music.
But now it's even better because students have the ability as well. We have the ability to offer what it is that they need.
It's a great outlet for the students. It gives them a chance to where they're not just giving their cognitive side of the brain a rest, but they're also energizing their creative side of the brain.
All it takes is one subject where they really feel like they're excelling, and some of our kids are maybe more arts oriented. I know I was.
That's what makes school fun. Like school fun, if you have a favorite teacher that you like to do, like art.
And that confidence that you build in one subject can bleed over to the other subjects. We also do a little bit of math and a little bit of language arts in here, okay? So we try to do it cross-curricular, as well as any themes that they're working on in their other classrooms. I pull it into here as much as I can so that it actually rounds out that thematic learning, and research shows that helps you absorb the information so much better.
We go here, we come up. You need to touch both the bottom line and the top line. He has a hat. We start here and we come around.
I think we're just going to see well-rounded children, children that their test scores are getting better, children that are healthier, children that also, as they go on in life, when they're dealing with hard things in life, they're going to turn to art to deal with that hard stuff.
In Ms. Miller's class, she's teaching us how to properly express ourselves and how to properly be an artist. I'm working on a Basquiat Dreams project about how and what we want to do with ourselves when we get older and how we achieve that.
If you go through and look at some of the students' paintings, writings, and so forth, you can see their expression, you can see their life. You can see life on the actual pages.
It's fun. It's a new opportunity to learn something. It's mostly been learning the notes so we could get used to the recorder and start playing music on our own.
We get to learn a new song almost each week. It's fun because we get to learn new things. We get to try out instruments like a recorder and it's like a little hard to play the recorder because you have to use your less dominant hand.
And the creative side of the brain is on the right side. That's why a lot of instruments you play with your left hand, because the right side of the brain controls the left hand. So when they're in here, not only are they using both sides of their brain, but it's also kind of energizing the one side of the brain that they don't use throughout majority of the day.
If you do music, you could go to a music school other than having to go to a regular school where everything's the same as every other school.
Like there's Baltimore City School of the Arts. There's that school that has lots of creative programs like art, singing, dancing.
I've taken a liking to music, and when we're taking our tests so we can show what we learn.
It's expression. You know, music can be a very well-used connector.
Because it's fun. I get to play instruments, learn new things, stuff that I think I forgot since I was little, since I last took the class.
It gives them a skill. What I see music as, I see it as like another language. If you're giving somebody a new skill that's like inside of like their brain, nobody can take it from them. They can take that skill as far as up to college, or even like me, make it their career. So could be a new path, or some new door has been opened for a student when they have music in school versus a student who didn't have music in school.
Wow, now I feel like I need to be taking some music lessons.
I play piano. I could teach you sometime.
Really? I'll take up on that offer. Up next, we go to Fort Worthington Elementary Middle School, where students are learning about 3D abstract art and theater.
Oh, they're probably so adorable. Let's take a look.
I think it's really powerful to keep art alive and to reinforce the importance of art education, especially for children as they grow older and they become adults. It's really uplifting. It's very inspiring. It helps the children to believe that they can accomplish something.
It made my day perfect because I like doing art.
It's really important that we have arts integration across all content areas, and so children are able to like tap into their talents and being able to be well-rounded individuals who are like really nurtured in mind, body, and spirit.
Since these are abstract, that means you can put your lines wherever you'd like them to be as you build. Your goal is to fill your paper with the different techniques.
Throughout the year, they'll be exposed to different skills. So they got to try out 2D and 3D paper. We're going to be doing a lot more with paint, and then linking back to the 3D, we'll end up doing paper mache and painting them. So throughout the year, the skills build, and then next year it'll continue to build as they advance through the school.
We get to learn new stuff, and we get to have lots of fun. We were making 3D designs and cut and paste and paint. I learned about 3D shapes and 2D shapes. And we learned about people who know how to do art. I made like a little loopy loop, and I made circles and like 2 more loopy loops and like a little bridge.
You might have to lift up your paw. Just learning how to express ourselves with our bodies, and like just the normal things that kids are used to hearing, animals, sounds.
Let's see some more creative ideas. Let's do some creative things. Let's see, go.
Good. Learning how to verbalize our emotions and express how we feel. It gives you the space to create and express and to reflect. So I think that type of reflection and mindfulness being put into art education through my class is really important. Peer feedback is definitely essential in the art room and just throughout the building in general, because students are able to share their skills with each other, and it also helps them have a good social component.
We was working as a team, and we wasn't being mean to each other, and we was helping each other, and we helped with different designs that people didn't know how to do.
Very good, you're gonna roll it. You can either just roll it upon itself, or you could choose to roll it around your finger as you work.
I always enjoy the element of student choice. They get to try the different strategies, and as they got to try out folding, the crimping, the twisting, it's just all about them trying out new things and expanding their art tool set. That way they're able to make more 3-dimensional work and not always do 2D.
It's not so much the core content of what they're learning, but the soft skills and the ability to think and to think critically and to think creatively, right? And to be able to communicate with others. When you raise multifaceted individuals, where you're actually teaching them how to think and teaching them how to navigate, they have the ability to go anywhere in the world and learn how to do anything.
As you can see, the students are very interested in art classes provided to them. I can tell these teachers work hard to create the best environment for them to be creative.
Yes, and I am impressed with how focused they are at such a young age. Art is truly essential to the learning environment.
Facts. Self-expression helps us all balance our academic and our personal problems outside of school.
I know it. It's essential, and that brings me to the next video where students are learning a new dance from the African culture class at ConneXions.
Hey, I can't wait to see this. Let's go check it out.
Dance make me who I am. Like, it makes me happy, it makes me sad and all. It just touches me.
It's a way to express yourself and show your creativity and show what you can do.
Try new dances you've never done before. That's what's so fun. I just like dancing.
West African is about the most intimidating dance form that I teach. They learn to love it. At first it's like, oh my God, what is she doing? Her arms are moving, we gotta sing and move our feet and everything at the same time. So they're completely freaked out when they initially learn a new dance like we did today. They were introduced to Kakilambe and Lamba today for the first time.
Hearing about the past is really exciting because you get to learn the origin of it and why that is the Pacific move and why it goes with it.
Because traditionally in Africa, if you had ailments, if you had psychological issues, if you had any issues like that, you wouldn't go to the doctor. You would go to what we call today a shaman. Kakilambe is the dance of the shaman, dance of the spiritual healer. So this dance would be done, you would see them like maybe mixing the herbs or cleaning the space with sage or incense, just a spiritual healing for the community. A lot of the steps that you see inside of West African dance, you'll find on the street. That is where where the roots of hip hop have come from. So a lot of the steps come naturally to them because it's already in their bodies.
Switching the feet mostly is really hard for me because anytime I try to do it, my left foot wouldn't hit the ground, but my right foot would. And I felt like I was doing it wrong. But I think like towards the end of the dance, I was getting it right.
The drum is the thing that throws them off a little bit. They got to remember the rhythm. They got to remember the break. They got to remember, the opposition of the feet. They got to remember all of these different things. So that kind of makes them nervous. But once they get used to what the rhythm is and where the drum is, where the break falls, then they fall right into place. Left foot back, then right foot front, and left foot back. They start in the 6th grade, they work their way up to 12th, and a lot of them go on to college to major in dance or minor in dance. I always tell them that I'm not here to train dancers, I'm here to train people that are disciplined, people that start what they finish, people that have certain goals that they work toward and don't give up so easily. That's what dance is about, that's the discipline of the arts.
I always wanted to be a dancer. At one point I thought I couldn't do it, but Mom was like, you can do it. And when I went to ConneXions and I was like, oh, they have dance, I'm gonna try dance. And that actually made me happy. Yeah, that's what motivates me to come to school every day. Like the work is hard, but there's kind of like a break. Even though you're still working hard, it's like a break for me.
Got me hype. I love it. Do it for the culture.
Yeah, it's cool to learn about how those dances go back to ancient times and were really used to cure people. I'm intrigued.
Do you know what time it is?
Of course I do. It's time for the question of the show.
Okay, so at the Baltimore School for the Arts, what was the name of the stage play students were working on? Was it A, Hamlet, B, Romeo and Juliet, C, Pippin, or D, Phantom of the Opera? The correct answer is coming up right after these messages.
Stay tuned.
Work is underway on modernizing school buildings, like here at Fort Worthington Elementary Middle School.
The type of school buildings we deserve.
Our new schools will provide community-friendly spaces and be better for our environment. They will allow for innovative technology and 21st century teaching and learning.
The 21st Century School Buildings program is positively affecting my education and my city.
That's right. Learn more about this major commitment from the state, City of Baltimore, and city schools by visiting baltimore21stcenturyschools.org. Building a brighter future together.
Welcome back. Now it's time for the answer to the question of the show. Okay, so at the Baltimore School for the Arts, what was the name of the stage play students were working on? Was it A, Hamlet, B, Romeo and Juliet, C, Pippin, or D, Phantom of the Opera?
The correct answer is C, Pippin. We all got to see behind-the-scenes aspect of students rehearse and did final stage work for the play.
Now that's cool, and a great lesson for the students to learn. And now we're headed to our final video that gives us all something to think about.
It's going to help explain the impact of fathers in the lives of their children.
So sit back and enjoy the Fatherhood Summit with reporter Kadesha Green.
Hey, this is Kadesha, and today City Schools is celebrating fathers with fellowship and inspiration.
Who's to follow when you're the lead?
He is one of a kind. He's a great grandfather. I love him a lot.
It's a call to action. How many of you guys are with me?
A praise tunnel welcomed dads and kids to the event, and they had breakfast, received free books to encourage reading at home, and even took some fun photos together.
I think it's a powerful event. It's always good to see black dads involved.
Yeah, to be in that life, teach the right things in life and, teach them how to grow up the right way. Because, I'm a proud public school dad because my daughter go to school and I want to see how to do good in life.
How powerful it is to have our dads involved with our kids' lives is so important. It's so critical. So, I commend Baltimore City Schools for putting together an event like this, and I hope we have many more of them in the future.
Students giving speeches, an inspirational call to action, and a father's pledge highlighted the program.
My dad is important in my life because without him I would not be born. He also lets me, my brothers, and my sisters ride our bikes around town.
We have so much potential, but confusion's always stopping us. Trying to build a tower of Babel that often topples on us.
Well, I hope it's the start of something that's sustained. Once you tell people that they are needed, they tend to respond to that. So hopefully motivates the men to want to be a bigger presence in the students' lives.
I have responsibility for the education of my child.
I have the responsibility for the education of my child.
Schools will now think of the dads as part of the educational process as well, right? And also to let dads know that, hey, your role as a father is very important in the educational life of your child.
But did you say something?
I think the man in my life is important because he provides and protects for his family, and we always have fun at his house. I love him and he loves us.
Care for your kids. Someone cared for you when you were younger. It's time for you to return a favor for them.
I know children just respond better to male instruction. They respond better to also male correction, believe it or not. Tend to see it as it's coming from a different place, a place of discipline and structure, what we're supposed to provide anyway.
We're gonna do some reading today, right?
With a focus on literacy, it was really cool to speak with the authors of the books being given to fathers.
My book teaches you how to be grateful for what you have. If you can be a person in a child's life who can change the course of their life for the positive, then why not?
Can you tell us a little bit more about your book?
Yeah, so Raising Me is a story about myself growing up. My father wasn't in the house, but what I did was take community leaders, people that I respected, and pretty much created my own village to help them raise me. Family literacy is really important, but reading together sparks dialogue, and your kid's gonna actually question that famous question, why? If you're there to answer that question, why, you'll build a strong relationship with your kids.
This is one in many events and activities due to engage our dads across the district.
It's not so much as what you say or what you do, it's what kids see in you.
As you can see, City Schools is encouraging dads to get more involved in school and read with their children as much as possible. Let's keep that momentum going. This has been Kadesha Green with the City Schools Student Media Team, and we'll see you soon.
I'll tell you what, it's great to see all the positive momentum we have at City Schools. Every father figure is essential to building a generation.
And to see students give speeches about their fathers was special. Fathers matter in the lives of all of our students.
You got that right. Well, unfortunately, that brings us to the end of this episode of Building a Generation.
I guess that's okay, since we showed so many amazing videos, but we will see you all next time.
So thank you for joining us and sharing the wonderful stories of our school community.
Be sure to watch Education Channel 77, and for more, head to vimeo.com/cityschools or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are everywhere. I'm Tia Bryant.
And I'm Bryce Taylor.
Thank you for building a generation. See ya.